In this video, I've got tips for filming a travel video with a smartphone. I'm gonna be boarding the plane myself quite soon, so it's been on my mind for some time now. What to pack, what app to use, what accessories. Wait, do I even need all that stuff? What to shoot, not to shoot, not to forget. Let's go. This video is sponsored by Storyblocks. Ahoy, this is Zdenka. If you are into photography and video, consider subscribing. What you need to keep in mind is that you are holding a camera, not just a smartphone. Pulling a smartphone out of your pocket and just randomly point and shoot, holding the smartphone in one hand is not going to give you cinematic result and a good story. You have several choices when it comes to apps and settings. If you have one of the latest flagship phones, such as this iPhone 14 Pro, you might just decide to film in the native camera app, and that is what I'm going to do. It's a vacation, not a business trip. Most of the filming and photography will happen in native camera app, filmed in regular video or cinematic mode, handheld. All will be filmed in 4K 24 frames per second. If I will decide to film something for this channel, I will be filming in a third-party app, which is called ProTake, which is my personal choice, in 4K 60 frames per second. Or I will option for native camera app in cinematic mode, 4K 24 frames per second real speed, or 30 frames per second, so I can slow down the footage tiny bit to get a dreamy look. Another two very good alternatives to ProTake would be Cinema P3 and Beastcam. I want the best quality, as I might also upload some of it to stock footage sites. ProTake also has portrait mode, but I personally prefer to use the cinematic mode in native camera app, as I can further edit aperture settings. When it comes to digital aperture, not optical one you would normally get with typical lens, the results sometimes need to be tweaked so you don't get smudged edges around hair or other objects. For filming in manual mode, I would bring VND filters. All the gear I will be showing in this video will be linked below in a video description. What else would be good to bring? Smartphone and VND filters are the bare minimum. Other filters? Nope. Lenses? Anamorphic lens for night filming? Yes. Any other lens? No. Gimbal? Yes. I will personally option for Hohem iSteady M6. I know it's a little bit heavy and bigger for travel, but I really do need the AI tracking sensor and also the remote. I'm not going to bring a monopod, but I will bring this Comica microphone. Some of you who watch my videos regularly know that I review a lot of gear, and you may be even surprised that I'm not bringing more with me. From my personal experience, most of the time, all these extra items just sit in the back. Most of the time, I simply just use a smartphone. The simple reason is no time, and I get a bit lazy. Well, it's allowed to be lazy on a vacation. If you're someone who is going to be traveling solo and actually want to experience all the glam with fancy gear, you might end up with a fairly full camera bag. Even when I film all these videos for you, on location, outdoors, I always overpack. I always bring more, thinking I might need this, I might need that. It never gets used. I only really use camera, VND filter, microphone, tripod. That's it. Less is more. Challenge yourself. Bring only the necessary. What to film and what to avoid filming? I'm going to return to what I said earlier, treating this as a camera, not a smartphone. First of all, it's a very good idea to enable the grid. You will be able to see right away if your horizon is straight, if the composition is good, if architecture aligns, so you don't end up with crooked edges. Film what is around you, show the scenery. Keep in mind to take at least 5 shots, wide shot, medium, close-ups, different angles. Shoot more than you need. It will be much easier for you to choose from a variety of clips once you start editing. Have yourself in some clips as well. Some clips, not all of them. You don't want to end up with always seeing yourself or family or friends in all of the clips. Film what is happening around you. Action, fun moments, memorable moments, interesting traditions. Use the lenses. Try not to use the digital zoom. The more you zoom in, the more the picture starts falling apart. Whenever possible, get physically closer to the subject. And again, use different lenses. Be careful with ultra-wide angle lens if you will have people in the shot. If you place people around the edges, they will be distorted. Make sure they are in the middle of the frame. Filming with standard lens would be a better option. Don't just stand in one spot and only film what is ahead of you. Look around, what is above or below. What kind of view are you going to get if you lower yourself? Move to the sides, turn around, pay attention to the light. Where is your light source coming from? For overall shots, have your sun in the back if you film during the bright day. Close-up shots will look flat with a smartphone if you will also film them with the sun in your back. Film against the sun to get sun streaks peeking through. How do you transition from one location to the other? Have a system in place. You can do a whip transition, or you can do what I do. It works better for me personally and it fits my style. Whenever I start a shot, I try to start it from hiding behind the foreground. I try to do the same when I finish the shot. Then I have much more flexibility while I'm editing. You can also use pre-designed transitions, pre-designed titles. This will speed up the editing process. You absolutely don't need to spend hours learning how to create them so they look somewhat modern. So where do you get them? I've been using Storyblocks for over 2.5 years. Storyblocks is a stock media provider with over 1 million royalty-free assets available in their library, including thousands of pre-designed transitions, titles, and overlays for editing programs such as After Effects, Premiere Pro, or Apple Motion. If you need B-roll, they have tons of high-quality 4K footage to choose from, plus music and sound effects to help tie your video together. I've been using a lot of their animated titles. For example, this subscribe pop-up is from them. I've been using many of their transitions and even some footage. When you download the templates, they come with the instructions on how to work with them. This certainly brought the level of my production to the next level. With Storyblocks, you don't need to pay per download or worry about usage rights. You can choose a monthly or annual plan, which will grant you access to their unlimited library, where everything is covered under their clear-cut licensing, so you can download as much as you want and use it wherever you please. Visit storyblocks.com/Zdenka or click the link in my video description to check them out. Thank you very much, Storyblocks, for making this video possible. Should you film handheld or with a gimbal? My plan personally is to shoot most of the footage handheld. It's faster, it's more convenient, and especially if I film close-up shots, I find that I have more freedom when it comes to movement. If I will be filming handheld, I will be using enhanced stabilization in the ProTake app. If I will, however, film myself as I'm walking, vlogging, I will absolutely use gimbal and track myself, so I don't have to worry about framing. I will also use gimbal for time lapses, hyperlapses, big moves where I have to make a few steps, when I need to reach a bigger distance, as it is very difficult to have perfect horizon filming handheld. Gimbal does this job for you. Even when you think that you might not gonna be using the gimbal that day, it's always a good idea to throw it in a backpack because you simply never know when you might need it. Have fun and enjoy travels. Give it a thumbs up if you liked today's video. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Leave a comment. Check out one of these 2 videos and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Ahoj.